UCS Jango Fett Slave 1 leaks are coming in hot, so let's go over everything we know about this set. This is going to be set 75409, the UCS Jango Fett Slave 1, which will probably be called the UCS Jango Fett Starship, and it's going to release in May. It's going to cost you $300, and it will have 2,790 pieces with 2 minifigs of Jango Fett and Boba Fett. And the closest thing of what we can compare this to is the UCS Slave 1 from 2015, which was Boba Fett's, and fans hope that this is the same size or a very similar scale in size because the original Slave 1 is what I consider to be a near perfect UCS Slave 1 model, so if you can keep these two things very similar, that would be awesome. Now for $100 more, we are getting near 1,000 more pieces, and while I don't expect this to affect the size of the model, I do expect this set to include a lot more smaller pieces to help get detailing, or a lot more smaller pieces to just be used in other areas like the cockpit or the exterior to help maybe the curvature or, like I mentioned, with detail. I don't think it's going to change the size to make it bigger. Maybe the stand is going to be a little more sophisticated. All of that is still yet to be determined. Once we get set images on that, we will have a much clearer idea. And the biggest thing with this set right now are the 2 minifigs of Jango Fett and Boba Fett. We actually have gotten leaked images of them, but just to be safe, I am not going to throw them on screen just because I don't want anything to happen to this video. I don't want it to get taken down or anything of that. So if you want to see what those 2 minifigs look like, just do a quick search on the internet and they will be there. For the sake of this video, I'm going to throw up the 2017 Jango Fett and 2017 young Boba Fett. And there's a lot to break down here. Obviously, the young Boba Fett looks extremely similar, and I really like this version as well. I like the face print. My only gripe with this particular Boba Fett has to be the hairpiece. I think when we look at the hairpiece from the previous Boba Fett or the one that's on screen, I feel that looks a lot more accurate than the one that we see here. Comparing it to episode 2, it just doesn't look how it should. I don't have a problem with this hairpiece, but I feel that LEGO could have done much better, especially for a $300 set. But if that's my biggest issue with this minifig, that is totally fine, as overall, it's a very solid minifig, just the hairpiece could have been better. But the big thing has to be the Jango Fett minifig. This thing looks awesome, and there's so much to break down. There's beautiful leg printing, there's beautiful arm printing. He has not one, but 2 face prints. The torso detail is what you would expect. The helmet looks impeccable. The jetpack looks great, but there's one thing in particular, or well, I should say, a few things in particular that we need to discuss that will have a big impact with this minifig in particular. And this does tie into the UCS Venator. The recent reports for this minifig do say that there will be 2 versions of Jango Fett. One version for the UCS version, and one for the playset version, which will be coming out later this summer, and that basically confirms that we will be getting 2 Jango Fett Slave 1s, which many people thought was a bit interesting or a bit out there as far as the rumors go, just because 2 of the same set in a single year doesn't happen all too often, if ever, but now we know that that is officially happening. So, what is going to be so different between these 2 Jango Fetts? And the main thing is, and I'm pretty sure the only thing is, there will be no arm printing on the Playscale version, while this version will have arm printing. And I'm not sure if this will be a difference in both of the Jango Fetts, or they will both include this. I'm pretty sure it's that both Jango Fetts will include this, but there's also a picture circulating of a new rangefinder piece for Jango Fett, which I think, and I hope, LEGO continues to make for every minifig, just because this new rangefinder piece looks awesome and much better than the older one. And there is speculation of a new blaster being used for Jango Fett. Like I said before, I'm not sure if the new blaster and rangefinder are just going to be for the UCS version, or if they're going to be used for both. And I would assume just for cost reasons, LEGO would make it for both, so they don't have to produce 2 different molds of the same thing just for the same minifig, if that makes any sense. I'm actually surprised that LEGO is including 2 different Jango Fetts, and the reason being because of the huge controversy with the UCS Venator with the Captain Rex. Now, the big difference between the Captain Rex controversy and what I think people might be a little disappointed with the Jango Fett minifig is that with the Captain Rex controversy, LEGO actually stated that it was an exclusive minifig, which that was the only reason I was annoyed, because LEGO put it in print in the instructions saying that this is an exclusive minifig. If LEGO never said that, nobody would have a right to complain, because LEGO never came out and said that it was exclusive or wrote down that it was exclusive. With the Jango Fett minifig, all they had to do was not say or write down anywhere that this was exclusive, and nobody would have the right to complain, because Lego never said that that was going to happen. Well, now the rumors are pointing to that there will be 2 different minifigs, which many people are going to be happy about. Now, I just want to say I don't really care about the whole Captain Rex controversy. The only reason I cared about it is because Lego specifically stated it was exclusive, and then they went back on their words. So they listened to the community, and they knew that they messed up, and they're not going to make that mistake twice. And Lego knows when you're spending top dollar on one of their products, they need to deliver, and they need to give you not only a great model, but some great minifigs, and that's what they're doing here with this UCS Jango Fett. You're obviously going to have people that are going to be happy about 2 different versions of Jango, and you're going to have people that are going to be annoyed about 2 different versions of Jango. Me personally, if Lego never came out and said anything was exclusive, I wouldn't have cared because they never stated it. But all in all, I do feel that this is a net positive for everything all considered, being that there are 2 Jango Fett minifigs, but only time will tell how the community overall feels about this. And I really think Lego was just trying to do damage control and not having a repeat situation on the UCS Venator. It shouldn't be a surprise that Lego listens to the community very closely. They've been doing it time and time again. A lot of the time, sets that are made are because of what the community wants. They definitely heard everyone's voice when that whole situation happened, and they will not be making that mistake again. And one more piece of news or information that I feel I've been seeing a lot, and I'm not necessarily sure if this is real or fake, but just something to keep an eye on. I'm leaning more towards it's on the fake side, but this particular image of a 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith brick, followed by a bunch of set numbers consisting of a bunch of critical parts of Revenge of the Sith. We see set numbers underneath them, and none of them start with the classic 7, 5, and then the rest of the numbers. So while this would be a cool idea, I am leaning towards the idea that this might be fake, being that if there was a time to release sets with that particular brick, they would have done it already, being that the Arc 170 already released, and that was a direct set from Revenge of the Sith. So, and if they plan on the next wave of Arc 170s to end up being made to include this brick, then I will eat my words and admit that this was real, but I am pretty skeptical about that. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case you guys were seeing that and thought that this was real or not. I am leaning towards 80% that that is a fake rumor. As much as I want it to be real, it seems too good to be true. Overall, I'm super excited for this set. We basically know everything about this set besides what it actually looks like, and with these minifig leaks starting to unravel before our eyes, not only should we be expecting Jango Fett set leaks very shortly, any day, any week now, being that May is almost here, we should be expecting other May sets to start getting revealed and leaked, and some minifigs revealed and leaked in the coming days and weeks as well. We're at that point now when we're all anxiously waiting, all looking for leaks every day, every hour, waiting for something, if anything at all, to happen. And when that first piece of information ends up dropping, the floodgates are going to open, and it is going to be awesome seeing everything before our very eyes. But as always, let me know in the comments below what you think about these leaks. How do you feel about the 2 Jango Fett minifigs that will be in production, and what May set or sets are you looking forward to the most? Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more Lego content, and I'll see you in the next one.